Hi, Andres here. This is the third in a series of videos I'm posting to show how I usually approach digital transformation projects from the design phase to the execution, delivery, and go live. These videos are based on a previous one where I showcased a solution for creating invoices with the Power Platform. You can check it up in the link up here or below in the description box. And in today's video, I want to discuss common technical pitfalls I see in some Power Platform solutions. First, we'll take the solution I showcased in that video as an example on how not to do things. And second, we'll see how to improve the most missed key area of the development cycle of a Power Platform solution or project, the Application Lifecycle Management or ALM. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you find these videos useful. Share please. This will tell the YouTube algorithm that the content is worth watching, which I hope it is. Alright, here we are in the application, and let's start with what we did wrong on the first time. So here I'm going to use this button to create the PDF, and this, well, you can see the demo of the complete application on a previous video, but basically this is going to create a PDF based on a Word template, and if we click here, it's going to jump right at this generated PDF. Okay, but what's happening here, you will see now this is the set and the folder with all the PDFs. We see that, well, of course this is intentionally called 00dev, but normally one of the mistakes, this is the mistake here also, that we are using the same SharePoint site for everything in the solution. That means that when we are developing the solution, we're testing and we are using that as productive, we're using the same SharePoint site. And well, of course, this is going to bring a lot of problems because we can mess with productive data. For example, imagine that we are trying to add new features to the Word template. Probably we are not going to get it right the first time. So while we are tweaking this Word template, we are going to cause problems to the people who are using that template now, because the template is going to be unstable while we are developing on it. So we have to separate things in what are called environments. And now this is basically what we're going to do now, explain what the Application Lifecycle Management is. Alright, so let's pick the pen and start drawing in OneNote. You'll be a witness now of my amazing drawing skills. Jokes aside, let's define what Application Lifecycle Management or ALM is. Okay, so basically we have environments where we are going to be developing our Power Platform solution. Okay, so first is going to be the development environment. This is where the consultants or developers are going to be developing the solution, and here it can be as unstable as we want because we are just building things. Now, then we have a testing environment where key users are going to be testing the solution, a version of the solution that's stable enough for them to test. And when things are ready, then we have the production environment, and here is where the end user will be working on. And it's very important to separate in these environments because, as we mentioned before, we don't want to be introducing instability or bugs or things that are not working to the people who are here working with the productive application, and they don't want to know anything about what's happening behind the scenes. They just want to use an application to, in this case, create these invoices. So the Application Lifecycle Management is the flow of first we develop here in development, then we move here, it is called deploy in test environment, and when things are ready, tested out, we have a sign off, decay, then we deploy again to production where users will be actually using the solution. Now, this is not a one thing, a linear thing. This is a continuous process because we are going to be finding bugs here. We want new features. And this is an endless loop of improvement that happens in every software product or product or project. So we develop here, we test here, and use application here. Now, in terms of Power Platform, this can be well, you may not be imagining how to implement this, and this is where solutions take place. So when we are going to deploy the solution into a different environment, we are not going to be doing that for flow by flow or application by application, table by table. Now what we do is group these things in a package called solution. Here is our solution. Now if we go inside, then we're going to see all the components that are inside the solution that will be moved together. And here we have the applications, we have the cloud flows, and other things. So going back here, let's pick a different color. What we are going to do is have this solution as a package here. And this is the artifact, the thing that we are going to be moving between environments. Okay, and solutions, if we go to the Power Platform portal, the Maker portal, we see here, stepping back, that we have these two options, unmanaged and managed solutions. Now let's see what this is all about. So unmanaged solutions are the solutions we can work with that are editable by us, and managed solutions are these packages that we have imported into the environment from the outside and we cannot edit them. You see here in the publisher that we have several Microsoft or PowerCat solutions. Microsoft solutions will be solutions, let's say, from the system. The database accelerator, but for example, the approvals we have, if we are using approvals, when we install approvals in the environment, these solutions will be automatically imported into the environment, bringing these capabilities that allows us to use approvals. And the same if we, for example, here I'm using a different solution, the drag and drop component from Scott Duro. So I imported it into this environment in order to use these components that Scott already developed for the community. So what this means for Application Lifecycle Management is that here this solution is going to be unmanaged, and when we want to deploy to the next environment, the next tier, we are going to import it as managed. This way here is the solution is not going to be directly editable. Of course, there are ways to edit introducing unmanaged layers. This is a different discussion, but for starters, what you need to understand is that we develop here unmanaged solution, we deploy here managed solution, and this is the regular way of doing things that will, let's say, save you from introducing bugs or layers that are going to mess around with your versions of the components that you are building. Now let's pick the blue color because in this case we not only have Power Platform environments, but we also have SharePoint environments, right? So we have SharePoint Online, where we have the sites, where we have the Word template, and where we are generating these PDFs for the invoices. So we need to match this same environment strategy here, or environment taming. So here we need to have a SharePoint site for dev, another one for test, another one for prod, because again we don't want to mess with the user's data, and we don't want to be attacking from the development environment to the production side, or any kind of thing that can be causing a lot of trouble. So how we can do that? Because this means that when we are working, let's pick now green, when we are working here in the development environment, we need to tell the flows, the apps, the components that we're working with that, hey, you have to point to this specific environment. And when we are working here and we have said that we just deploy, we don't edit the solution in test or production. So when we are here, we have to tell somehow Power Platform that, hey, when you get these templates and put those files in SharePoint, you have to use this site, and so on. So the way we do that is with a key feature that any development platform should have, which is environment variables. Okay, so environment variables are the key feature that will allow us to be pointing to different places where we are in a specific environment. So for that, let's go to the solution itself. And here, if you see, we have already 2 environment variables. Now let's see how this works by using the example of a flow. Great, so I'm in the flow that generates the PDF, and here, for example, we have this create a temporary file in SharePoint Online action. You see here, you probably are doing this, is putting the selecting the site directly from here. This is called hard coding. Hard coding meaning that we are putting a hard value that cannot be changed when we move to a different environment. And so this is always going to be pointing to the dev site. So instead, what we want to do is enter a custom value and use, in this case, this environment variable. So this way we are telling Power Automate, hey, when you execute this action, use the site that is pointing this environment variable instead of one that I have selected, so that when we move to the new environment, the value is going to change. How? Because we will have changed that from the environment variable. Here, when we create it, we said that the current value is this one, but when we deploy to the next environment, we will tell Power Platform, hey, don't use this environment, use the test environment. And when we do that, then automatically all the components, flows, cells that are pointing to the environment are going to pick the right one. And of course, we have to do that for every action that are pointing to these external resources. Like Word, it's pointing to OneDrive, then pick the correct drive, and the rest of the SharePoint actions in this flow. With the Dataverse action, you don't need to do that, and it doesn't make sense because we are already using the underlying Dataverse instance from the environment. So all the Dataverse actions that we are using here directly are tied to the environment where Dataverse is executing right now, which is in the dev environment in this case, and will be the test or production environment when are deployed. But we don't have to tell Power Platform to point to a different Dataverse instance because it's already, let's say, embedded in this action. Great, so to sum up, we've seen how important it is to have a solid technical foundation before approaching a Power Platform project. Any software project, but Power Platform is not different. So outside the realm of personal productivity, the considerations from this video should be the minimum quality that you should demand. Outside of this, there's plenty more of improvement inside this development platform called the Microsoft Power Platform. And thank you for getting this far. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the button if you found this content useful. Remember that you can hire my consulting services via the contact form in my website. You'll find the link to that in the description box below in the video. Thank you very much, and until next time.